Welcome to Speaking Of. I'm Jared.
And I'm Kate.
I have had some Gomboo, if you couldn't tell, but here I am sucking it up.
He's practicing his cartoon voice.
Yeah, there we go.
Are we sitting in the right places?
Yeah, we are.
I feel like we're backwards.
I mean, it's not the first time I've heard that, but backwards is always fun.
There's worse things to be, I've heard.
So it seems. So I have been ordered, well, not ordered, but requested by Kate's Hubs to ask about...
No, you know what? No, he is ruining everything.
Oh, did you want to segue more naturally into this conversation?
Earlier today, I had a couple of the nieces over, and we go to get in the car. Hubs took the car to register it for me.
Oh, how
He brings
nice.
it back. We get into
What a good Hubs.
Right. Well, we get in to go run an errand, and I say, "Oh my gosh, he washed my car, and he registered it. That's so great." And then as we drive past the house, I say, "He took the hearts down." And then I said, "But he washed my car." And Rachel said, "And he took the hearts down." And every time I said something good, and he took the hearts down.
He just can't catch a break, that poor Hubs.
Anyway, so it was Valentine's Day recently.
So I'm told. I kind of died through it this year.
I have a Valentine for you.
Yay! Let me read it for you.
Read it free.
My Utah accent came out for a minute. You're the worst. But let me read it to you for real. You're going to think I'm the worst when I inevitably forget your birthday. As if Kate could ever forget my birthday.
It's true. I didn't have any more left that said, "You're better than the worst 4th grade speller." But also...
What? Oh my gosh!
I found Just Pez!
I told you, Just Pez,
We
yay!
weren't sure that they still sold Just Pez. And I'll have you know that was almost stolen by children multiple times.
Oh, the children.
That's how long it took him to get
Because I got a bunch of Pez dispensers for Christmas. And now I have Pez to go in them. I'm so excited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
Now,
the best.
speaking of Valentine's Day...
Must we?
Yes, because Hobbs and I had a traditional Valentine's Day where we grabbed dinner at the Del Taco.
I can't wait to talk about traditional Valentine's Day.
And then went to bed early. So, sometime after we go to bed, the dogs go nuts. Like, nuts more than normal. And so...
I really
Hubs
hope this
is
ends
like-
with a ghost.
Speaking of ghosts. So Hubs is like, "Just put them outside." And I'm like, "That's not going to help. They're still going to bark, blah, blah, blah." And so finally it dies down. So the next morning, Hubs comes in and says, "Well, there's a reason that Stella went crazy last night."
Oh no.
He said, you were left a note on the front door. And so on the table, there's a bag of caramel corn, there's a card, and there's a bag of strawberry candies. Now, before I come out and see that, though, he said, "I think that it was Beverly because it says Dearest Kate." And I said, "Oh, well then it's
That's
Beverly."
always a tell.
Right? So I come out and I see it on the counter. It says Dear Kate. Not only does it say Dear Kate, but that's not Beverly's handwriting.
No, it is not.
You probably can't read this, but that's not Beverly's handwriting.
I dare even say it's kind of manly.
Right?
I mean,
Okay.
you
So I go look
Kate's
at
got a secret admirer.
So I go look at the front door and it's covered in hearts and there's glitter hearts on the porch and it was very lovely. And then we look at this card, which...
Do I get to read it?
Oh, yes. So it says, "For a perfect Valentine," which was suspicious that there's a cat on it. But then...
Oh, Lordy, here we go. So I'm going to read you the card part first. The Hallmark portion. "Wishing you a special Valentine's Day because you are so special to me. XOXO." And then it says, "Happy Valentine's Day" at the top. I'll show it to you in a moment.
Read this part first.
Okay. "For Kate, she had beautiful eyes, the kind you could get lost in, and I guess I did. Sincerely, your secret admirer." Now, the side note says, I stare at you when you are not looking. And there's a little stick man.
So,
Nobody ever stares at me when I'm not looking.
so I'm looking at this card, and again, not at all.
But very
Beverly's
manly
handwriting.
boy handwriting.
Right.
I just want to point that out.
And
not to be sexist, but you know.
Also, there's something vaguely familiar about it to me that had me running through my past and thinking
Hopefully
to
not
myself,
back to that time in middle school where we were catfished. We were catfished separately. We were catfished before catfish was a thing.
I don't recall this.
Remember
story.
when we
I
were given
don't.
Mercy Valentines and you had the friend that sent you a Valentine? And then I had another friend that sent me a Valentine.
Excuse me,
yeah.
that friend that sent me a Valentine in middle school, that was my mother.
Oh, well then your story's a little worse than mine.
You think? I think you're great. I hope to see you at the dance.
Oh, mine had a meetup. I was supposed to meet by the gym door. Yeah.
Yeah, mine clearly did not have a meetup because what am I going to do when I walk up to my mother? Anyway, so I'm looking at my card and I'm thinking, who could this be from? Who would send this? And who? Okay, let's say that it's somebody from my past or something. I don't know. They're going to leave it on the front.
But they give you a heart attack.
Well, they're going to leave it on the front door of my house where I live with my husband. That's odd.
Apparently they're a gutsy type.
Right? And so probably 15, 20 minutes, I'm kind of getting a little bit nervous. Who sent this? Where did it come from?
We don't get, usually we adore our stalkers too.
Right?
We
But
don't
I was
get often
I was
nervous.
a little, but then Hub said, wait a minute. And he picked up the caramel corn, looked at the bottom of it, and what do you know? TJ Maxx. Beverly's busted. So the other side of this story.
Did she have a man write that card? I'm really impressed.
She did. So she's telling us then when we call her out, she's telling us that they were worried when the dog was barking because they were going to get caught.
Right.
And then she had Frank write the card. She
forgot about Frank.
Yeah, so Frank, as we call him. She dictated the card to Frank. He wrote it on the dashboard. And then as they're driving away, she says, I started thinking back now, did we get all of the evidence? And she distinctly remembers, oh, the TJ Maxx tag on the popcorn. And of course, that's how Joe busted her.
Well, when you like the Max, you know.
I mean, she's got a Max problem.
So the only thing I can do to make this Valentine's story even better is to say that when Kate was talking about her traditional Valentines, I was supposed to be a part of the traditional Valentines this year. And,
that's right. We had made
plans, not realizing, of course, that it was Valentine's. Mm-hmm. And then my Gomboo got in the way of said plans. But how fun would it have been to say the three of us were together on Valentine's?
Tried, but whatever. Yes.
So yeah. So speaking of stores,
where we
TJ Maxx.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of my recent trip to the Megalomart. And of course I'm there to pick up my prescription for my antibiotic. And the one thing about this Gomboo, because I've talked to a few people that have had it, and we've all said the worst thing has been the fatigue, but the other thing has been the unexpected coughing attacks. Like, they just, and I've had some Gomboos, people, but...
King of the Gomboo.
King of the Gomboo.
Right there.
So I'm standing in line in the pharmacy, and these women pull up with their shopping cart, of course. I don't know why this drives me nuts, but it just does. Because I'm like, can you leave it out, like, to the side while you wait in line? But whatever.
Someone will steal their stuff.
Clearly.
Oh, look, I don't have to go to the freezer aisle. It's right here.
So...
Surely that happens. I don't know.
I have no idea. And it's not like they couldn't keep an eye on it and say, hey,
that's my freezer stuff.
So I'm sitting there and I'm in front of them. So keep in mind that they have the shopping cart behind me and then it's the two of them. So we've got a good 3 to 5 foot, depending on how you're standing, distance. So the coughing hits me. Coughing attack hits me. And of course I have no cough drops. I'm like, I don't have a drink.
Do they even help at that point?
Sometimes they do. If I give my body the illusion that I'm about to swallow or suck on something, like it'll stop.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm happy though that I'm actually able to control it and it's not like, I'm coughing up a lung like I'm known to do. So I hear these women behind me though. Oh my goodness. He's really sick.
Got the coronavirus. They did not.
People are stupid. That's all I have to
did
say.
not.
So they're talking, and the daughter, I come to realize, because there's an older daughter and the mom, and the grandma's waiting for her prescriptions, I guess, and she's like, oh, I think it might be the coronavirus. I think I'm going to go look for... She throws her mother under the bus, is the only thing. I'm going to go look for some other things while you wait for your prescription.
The younger one did?
The younger one did. That's what I said. She threw her poor old mother under the bus.
You stay here and get sick and die. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want whatever he has. So I'm like, I'd be in the hospital #1. Like, I'm coming to the Megalomart.
Right? You're not...
on my deathbed with the coronavirus.
Maybe she went to get you a Bud Light.
Because
that's supposed to fix
that's supposed
the
to cure the coronavirus. Get it?
Her.
Waka waka.
I thought maybe it had something to do with whatever kind of lime you put in it, but I don't know anything about it.
So they're behind me, and so I get to the counter, and this is the only thing. The nice pharmacist made my day better, because, like, I'm getting this stuff, and she's like, oh, I hope you feel better, and then I'm embarrassed, because I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry about the cough. Like, the cough gave me away in my voice, obviously. And she's like, no, you're just not your Jared self. There was no smart aleck comment today during our transaction. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I felt bad because I disappointed her.
He done got a reputation.
There was no witty retort. And
wow.
I was just like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's just wah, wah.
It was. I was like, I'm here for my prescription.
Wow.
Can you give me some medicine before these people send me to the hospital?
Of some kind of medicine of some kind.
Oh, you have an agenda. Wow, I do not.
Well, one of those is for you to tell, but... So earlier you said, oh, this will be good. Earlier you said ghosts. Speaking of ghosts, interesting thing happened. We're driving in the car and I suddenly remember and I say to Hubs, so the weirdest thing happened last night, and it's not the first time this has happened. Okay? I wake up to what very distinctly sounds like a slamming door somewhere in the house.
I hate that.
And I'm thinking to myself, is Kenny here? Because he's due in town, and did we get the dates mixed up? And he's just here, and so I'm listening to hear him talking, but okay, it's like in the middle of the night. I don't know why he would not be talking. But then I think, no, we didn't unlock the door, so he wouldn't have been able to get in. And so then I'm panicking. But anyway, so I go back to sleep. And so Hub says, you know what? I've heard that before, too.
Dun, dun, dun. We made a believer out of the Hubs.
But then I say, our house isn't old enough to have a ghost.
They follow you home, as the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland says.
And, I mean, this used to be a farm of some kind, so it could be like a pig ghost.
Well,
I don't know if they had animals on this farm. I really don't know.
I'm convinced one of the schools that I visit on a regular basis.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, I have the one that I've told you about.
But
there's another one that's been ripped down and rebuilt, and I'm convinced it's just the property. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a new building, if it's a 50-year-old building.
Well, it's not the building that they're attached to.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm convinced it's the ground. Or something's underneath the ground. I don't know what.
It's the place.
Or something happened. I'm like, some massive something happened. But yeah, I don't like the doors, and I don't like when...
We've decided that it's probably something falling off the wall, like in the bathroom or in another room.
I don't know if things falling off the wall makes it any better, but...
Well, the adhesive ran out suddenly, and the picture fell down. That kind of a thing.
Okay.
Not like things violently flying off the wall.
You're debunking your haunting. Okay.
I mean...
No, it's okay.
But it's so weird.
But
it's
sometimes,
so weird.
Yeah.
Because it happened a while back, too, and I'm thinking, should I go check it out? Should I wake him up? I mean, what if somebody is in here? Who's going to come rob the house and slam the door? But, I mean, it happens, obviously.
Well, robbers be high.
Sometimes they be. So also
yeah.
speaking of ghosts,
Yes.
you have a story.
Which story?
Our audition story.
Oh, you want to go public?
Well, you just have to not full on. Whatever. I
act like we're coming out of some sort of closet. I don't know what.
Just tell the story with minimal background. We don't have to go into all the details.
So do you want me to tell the project? No, I probably better not because I don't know.
Okay, look.
We should have asked for permission before we...
All I'm going to say is this. We have a project that we were trying to participate in.
We still are.
We are still trying to participate. We were asked to go for an audition, so we went, and we had to go in this building and go around a corner to where these half couches were, chairs.
I don't know if we should be admitting.
And we're sitting there waiting.
Oh, this story.
Yes.
Okay, I'm like,
and
you can tell it or I can tell it. Doesn't matter.
I'll take you to a point.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the doors. There's papers on the doors to see if I can tell which one is going to be ours. And then I sit down because I can't do nothing. And then Jared hears talking from behind the door and gets up from the couch.
This is classic Jared and Kate.
And tell the fine people what you heard that day up against the door.
All right. Well, I will continue to vague up this story.
Well, we don't care what they were doing behind the door.
No, but I don't want them to know specifically the project yet because it's not our project.
Right.
And this might be me.
They don't know this has anything to do with that.
It's true. So Anyway, Karen. So
we're on TV. That means we can say, "Give us a minute," and stay right here and talk in normal voices, and you can't hear us. That's how that works,
That and flashbacks. Anyway,
but you have to be on TV. I hope you're watching this on a big screen.
So our big concern though was this was our first audition.
Yes.
And we've participated in the entertainment industry
I'm not sure I like that phrase.
Never mind. So we've done things and we've talked to people, but this was our first. We've done things. This was our first audition, so neither one of us knew what to expect. Mm-hmm. And so, hence, we hear the talking on the other side of the door. And so I decide I need to listen.
Okay, but can I just time out right here and say, if all of that preface were not true, you still would have stood up against the door. I hear talking. Please.
It's
you
true.
have to make excuses.
Who are we talking about?
Okay.
So I'm listening against the door. And Kate's sitting on the couch.
I'm terrified watching.
She's terrified and she's doing look out. And so Jared. And I'm listening and they go, shh. I can't hear you when you're talking like that. I can't hear what's going on when you're talking like that. You've been there for a really long time.
She was there for a really long time. And what if, our auditioner people came around the corner and classically eavesdropped? He was only missing a glass.
It couldn't have been a better sitcom moment. So to make this story better, though, so the clear thing that I do here from my mission is they want a specific facial reaction to if this certain situation happens.
I thought it was a vocal reaction.
Oh, no. It was, what are you going to look like if this happens?
Oh, I thought it was what you were going to say, because then they exclaimed.
Well, they were exclaiming, but they were trying to...
He told it to me different at the time.
So...
Carry on.
I don't think I told it to you too differently, because then I say to you...
I think you just left that part out.
And I'm telling Kate, and she's like, I don't know what I'll look like when I do that. And so she starts pulling faces. Now, the best part is, across from us, there's this windowed conference room. Or not a conference room, a break room.
But our backs were to it.
Not when you started pulling faces.
You're right.
So Kate immediately, I gotta start doing this, and doing these things and acting this certain way. And this man looks at us, clearly thinking Kate's having a seizure or something. I don't know.
I might have been.
So the best part of the story, though, is all this happens, and at the end, we were not asked to demonstrate that ability.
We didn't get asked that question at all. Mm-mm.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, they probably, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I did recon, Kate practiced, and it was all for naught.
Speaking of overreactions, not too long ago, Hubs and I were watching, I can't remember why, Sister Act.
You know what? It's good.
It is. So he puts it on. We're kind of watching. I'm watching. He's kind of watching. We're sitting there, and I don't know how recently you've seen it, but remember
It's been a while for me.
that. So Whoopi Goldberg is, of course, in like witness protection.
Oh yes,
whatever.
That's how it all happens.
Right, and
that's
so
how it all goes down.
But then they find out, and they're coming after her, and the cop guy comes to take her to a new hiding place, but it's right before this performance for the Pope, so she can't leave because she doesn't want to ditch them, and so she ditches the cop and comes out this back door. And as she comes out this back door to go back to the convent, these two guys by this van that look like painters or whatever, they just turn around and grab her.
Of course, the
So here's me watching this scene.
No!
Hobbs was really concerned. He says, it's okay. They make another one.
I was going to say they make a sequel.
I don't know why. No!
Which,
I get really involved, okay?
I just like it because it's the sequel is Jack McFarlane's favorite Sister Act.
2?
2, yes.
Because there's 3. Oh yeah, that's
no.
not a sequel. What's it, threequel?
No, there's only 2 so far.
No, there's a sixth act 3.
There is not.
I swear there is.
But there's talk of one.
I swear there was a third.
No, it's just hilarious.
Anyway.
That joke was on last week's episode of Will and Grace.
That's funny.
And Will's like, because Sister Act's your favorite movie? And Chuck's like, no. Sister Act 2.
I wonder if that was why we watched it. I don't know.
It might have subliminal,
anyway. But yes, I was apparently terrified.
Well, it's concerning. Especially when you got to go on before the Pope. I mean, the timing of it all.
It was too much. It was too much.
I always said that if, there was a choir like that at my church, I might go to church. I'm not going to lie.
She did fill the hall.
She did. The Pope came. Just saying.
Right? Just saying. Yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
I got one more thing.
Okay. Just because I'm concerned about I don't know how much longer I can go.
Okay, yes, one more thing. So recently, Hubs purchased for me a new car stereo that has Apple CarPlay.
Oh, wow.
So it means that...
Do you have to, take all this stuff out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was a process.
He's such a little tinker toy.
He didn't take it out. We had somebody else do it because there's a lot of extra parts and things now these days. It's not just a regular car radio. But
Gotcha.
So now I can dictate a text.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that. I get a lot sent by Siri. Yeah.
Oh, does it say that?
Uh-huh.
Of course she's like,
I did it.
Just so you know. Well, that actually makes sense because let me tell you what happens.
So here's my question though, because I dictate to Siri through just the phone. Do my texts come through and say, "Oh, all right then"?
Because I don't think that's the same.
Okay, weird, but okay.
But like, do you say Siri send a text message?
Yeah, I say, "Hey Siri, text to Kate," and blah blah blah. And anyway.
Well, she's definitely taking credit for these. So when she reads, so the way that she reads is a little interesting, right? Because she pronounces things in a certain way because she's half robot. So for instance...
Only half?
I didn't say what the other half was.
I'm concerned now. Anyway, continue.
Anyway.
That's Siri. I feel like I need to get her out of my pocket. Oh.
Anyway, so she says things like, that sounds perfect. Right? She also, I'm texting with Hello Kitty and Flurkin. And there's...
I love my Flurkin, by the way.
What's that? Oh, good.
I love your Flurkin. My Flurkin that you gave me. Yeah.
They say, okay, and I'm telling them that she's saying their stuff and she's saying it funny and whatever. And so Hello Kitty says, can she read emojis? So,
Because
to clarify.
sometimes mine will say winky face or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
So she did put an emoji first. So Siri does this. Because, okay, that's how it read, right? There's the emoji and it says, does she read emojis? This is what Siri said. Laughing, crying face emoji. Does she read emojis? You just said it. Okay? And then just other weird things like if you say ha ha at the end, if it says that at the end of the message, ha ha, it's a question.
Are they laughing?
Ha ha ha. Or Hub sent a message and it ended with XOXO. Do you not know? But this is the worst part.
Does he really love you?
Right? So she's messing with my relationships because, for instance, Hub sends a message that he's going to do this, that, or whatever, and I reply with, okay, sounds good. Your message says, okay, sounds good. No. I said,
sounds
okay,
good.
Sounds good. Okay, sounds good. You can't Siri. Sent by Siri.
I mean, the next time it happens, I'm going to text back, thank you, Siri, just to see what happens.
I'll tell you what, she'll start taking over the conversation, that half robot.
Oh, we don't know what the other half is, and we don't want to.
Not with an attitude like that, we don't. Sounds good.
She's so sassy.
She's a something, I tell you what.
Sassy Siri. All right. I think we're going to wrap up with that because I don't know how much longer I can hang on to. So until...
And we have offside stories to tell, so...
Oh, yes, we do. We do. On that note, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.